Hi everyone. My name is Fatima Seda, and I am gonna be joined today by a colleague here today to present our webinar, The Role of the Foster Parent. If you could please let me know in the chat if you can hear me, that would be great. We were having some technical difficulties with the audio, so please let me know if it's working. Awesome, great. So thank you. Sorry about the delay. And like I said, we were just having some issues with the audio. I don't understand what happened because it was working fine just a few minutes ago. But like I said, we were gonna get started with our webinar, The Role of a Foster Parent, presented by Ascentria Foster Care within Ascentria Care Alliance. Thank you for joining us. In just a quick overview of what we will be discussing today, we are going to introduce ourselves, and then we're going to go over what the role of a foster parent is. And at the end, we're going to have some time to do some Q&A in case you have any questions about what we talk about today. And I'll just briefly introduce myself, and then I'll pass it on to Antonella. So my name is Fatima Seda. I am a foster parent recruiter, and I have been working as a foster parent recruiter for the last 3 months now. But in the past, I used to be a case manager for the unaccompanied refugee minors program here at Ascentria as well. So I know a little bit about both. But yeah, I'm glad to be here today. Antonella, we cannot hear you. Sorry about that again.
Really sure what is going on with the audio, but I can continue the webinar. We'll wait for Antonella. Eventually, she's gonna try to connect to the audio. But briefly, introduction of her. She's gonna join us in a bit, but Antonella Leal, she's also a foster parent recruiter. And yeah, so she has been working with us for a couple of years now. But hopefully, like I said, she will be able to join us in a few minutes. All right, so Ascentria Care Alliance overall, though, is one of the largest human services nonprofits in New England. And Our mission is we are called to strengthen communities by empowering people to respond to life's changes. But yeah, so now we will get into what a foster parent entails, being a foster parent entails.
Oh,
All right.
now.
All right, so I believe we have Antonella here with us. Sorry about that again.
Sorry about that, guys. So like my colleague said, my name is Antonella Leal. I'm also a recruiter, and I've been working for Ascentria for over a year now. Okay, so let's talk about safety. Foster parents provide structure, support, and consistency and comfort. If you are a foster parent, children in foster care need to be brought to a place of safety, and therefore a key role of a foster parent is to provide that safety. Physical, also, and emotional safety are essential for this role. Also, foster parents have to cover the basic needs that are food, shelter, clothing, transportation, and access to behavioral, medical, and dental care.
Okay. All right. Another thing that foster parents provide is emotional support. So foster parents learn how to respond to difficult behaviors so that they can understand the child and help the social feel understood. And like I mentioned before, Ascentria is always there along the way in any of this process. So if you need help of any kind, we will make sure to provide the resources that you need. There are always situations that the child might encounter, he might not, or she might not feel comfortable, and those are the types of things that you need to be there for them, especially since they're coming from different countries and facing a lot of cultural shocks. So there has to be some sort of emotional support at home for them because everything is new to them. So we will be along the way there with you if it's something that you come across and that you need help with. Also, permanency. So foster parents create a sense of continuity and permanency in their foster children's lives by assisting in the family reunification process, the adoption process, or youth transition to independent living. Our goal for foster care at Ascentria Care Alliance is for the kids to feel as if they are part of the family. Even though this is a foster care process, we want them to feel like they belong to your family and that they're becoming part of it. So a big part of that is just continuing with offering them support after they complete the URM program, or if they're transitioning into becoming independent. Like, we would like you as foster parents to be there along the way to support them in any way they might need it, because they will see you as their family, since most of them, they don't have any other family members in the US. So you will be that family role to them.
And team player, you're going to be part of our team. And above all, foster parents are team players who coordinate and work with assigned family specialists, mental health providers, and any and all additional treatment providers to further the needs of the foster child in their care. So in this journey, you're not going to be alone. You're going to be working with case workers and also family resource workers, and we're going to be here and help you during this transition, and also in all that you might need in the way.
All right.
All right.
I know we had a budget start, and we quickly went over everything because we're not really running out of time yet, but we wanted to make sure that we leave enough time for any questions. So if you have any questions about what we just talked about, or just the process of how to become a foster parent itself, feel free to type them in the chat and we'll answer them as they come. Hi, Michelle. I see you raise your hand. I believe I'm unable to mute you because you're self-muted, but if you want, you can type a question, or if it's letting you to mute yourself, then go ahead.
Do most of these kids from other countries, do they speak English?
They do not, for the most part. Most of them do come from Spanish-speaking countries. However, once they arrive in the U.S., they are enrolled in school just like any other kid. So usually, if, for example, if you're located in Worcester, they have a dual kind of enrollment kind of school for people who just arrived, like students who just arrived from other countries, so they can learn English as a second language. But if there's not a school like that in your town, they usually offer ESL or English as a second language classes. So even though as when they arrive, they don't speak any English, I would say the kids that I used to work with as a case manager, they would all at least speak basic English within like 3 months. So it does take a little bit of, getting used to the beginning, I'm sure, but it's something that happens very quickly, especially if they are immersed, in like everyday life events where they have to speak English. That's a great question. Thank you. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. If you have any other questions later on, you can always visit our website, and you can probably find answer to your questions in there as well. But if not, you'll find our contact information on the webinar website as well. So thank you again for joining us, and sorry for the very rocky start of this webinar. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good afternoon. Thank you.